So moving on, looking at, I'm going to jump into Alabama. Last year, Alabama finished with 9 wins and 4 losses. One of those being to a very substandard Michigan Wolverines team in the ReliaQuest Bowl. And then we already mentioned the aforementioned losses to Tennessee, Vanderbilt, and Oklahoma during the regular season. This year, bringing in junior Ty Simpson. Not a lot about him on tape, but the fans, Bama fans, are very hopeful. They have rallied behind him 100%. Kalen DeBoer has nothing but great things to say about him, and on top of that, Coach DeBoer has brought in his coordinator that was with him out on the West Coast, and we know what kind of havoc he wrecked out there at Washington. So I do think that Alabama is going to be a force to be reckoned with. I still think that there's a strong possibility Georgia could get them when they come to Athens. And I know there's some folks out there laughing at me right now. Please let me know in the comments if you think I'm wrong. But I think that Georgia, with aside from a couple of lopsided games, Kirby has given Alabama a lot of grief. Even though the win-loss record does not reflect it, it's not that walk in the park that Bama has had with a lot of other teams historically. This has been, even with the game last year where Alabama was up by, I think, 3 touchdowns going into the half, and then it wound up coming down to, could we get a playoff at the end of the game? And then the SEC championship the year before, where it came down to a final play. The national championship in 2018, where it came down to a final play. The SEC championship in 2019, where it came down to a final play. Like, Kirby has figured out the formula. He just hasn't perfected it yet. The only time he got it 100% right was in the national championship in 2020.
And to be honest with you, a lot of it is self-inflicted. I mean, we cut down on the self-inflicted, turnovers and that kind of stuff. And if you look at those games you mentioned, beforehand, a lot. Not saying that they didn't beat us, they didn't beat us fully square up and down. I mean, there was a lot of turnovers, a lot of plays that have gone differently. It's all speculation, of course, but got to minimize the self-inflicted
and like I
wounds.
said, there were a couple of games. The average margin of victory is 9 points. 9 points. Now, going through this schedule here, this one's marked on my calendar. Week 1, Bama versus Florida State, August 30th at Doak Campbell Stadium in Florida. That kid opened his mouth and gave them some bulletin board material. That's going to be trouble if they come out with the same energy they came out with last year, the 2-10 Florida State Seminoles. That's going to be trouble. They're gonna beat ULM. I'm not even looking at that. They're going to beat Wisconsin. I think Wisconsin's a good team, but I think they're going to beat Wisconsin. Are they playing Wisconsin at home? That is a home game. Yeah, they're going to beat Wisconsin. Vandy comes to Bryant-Denny Stadium, aka the Saban Bowl. Mark that one on your calendars too. That's a revenge game. I look for that one to be a knockdown, drag out, or a slobber knocker, as Keith Jackson likes to call it. Missouri, that's a win. Tennessee at Bryant-Denny. Ooh, Josh carried some Band-Aids and Bacitracin. That one's going to be ugly. Alabama at South Carolina. South Carolina has become very quietly a very dangerous place to play, especially if it's a night game. I don't see what time the game kickoff is, but if it's a night game and they open up with Sandstorm, the South Carolina fans would be really rowdy and take your momentum out of the game. If they have any kind of miscues like they did last year, South Carolina could pull that one off. I'm putting that one down as a potential loss. LSU, my family is coming to Bryant-Denny. I'm giving them that one. How many losses have I given them so far? 1. The Sooners, yeah, that's a win. Eastern Illinois, that's a win. Auburn, that's a win. I got them right now and this is very realistic. It just depends on how they come out and play. I got Alabama right now potentially at 11-1 this season.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Now
I agree with
we do have a good friend who is a Vandy fan who might not be too happy with that projection, but shouts out to our guy. But I potentially got them at 11-1. That's where I've got them going. That's Alabama. So who you got for me next, bro?